Hi, my name is Chris Mihm. I'm the owner and president of Freedom Home Care, and we have been in business since 2014. I always knew I wanted to do something a little bit more and give back, and when I started looking at business opportunities, I came across home care, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know home care existed at that point, but as soon as I saw it and I started researching it a little bit, the first thing that I thought of was my grandpa, and I was very close with my grandpa back in high school in the mid 1980s, and we would go visit him after church every Sunday, and he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's his last couple of years of life. And so the home care just made me think of him from the standpoint that when it got to be a little bit too much for my grandma to keep him at home and the family, they ended up moving him into a nursing home. And I was super excited to go meet him or see him at the nursing home the next week. And when I walked in, it just kind of took my breath away almost. He was in a wheelchair, which he had never been in before. He was heavily medicated, didn't recognize anybody. And that just really sat with me in a very bad way. And so when I thought of home care, I thought that's exactly what my grandpa could have benefited from. So from that point forward, it's been kind of the reason that we got into home care. So going back to my grandpa, one of the things that I realized is that by keeping people at home, which is where he could have flourished for a couple more years, I think even with the Alzheimer's diagnosis, his body was fine, physically fine, and somebody that's able to stay at home in the comfort of their own surroundings makes such a huge impact on how they can deal with the disease or any of the different diagnoses that can make living at home difficult at the end of life. There's a couple of things that really makes us different at Freedom Home Care. First of all, we're locally owned, so we're not part of a franchise, and one of the big benefits of that is we're able to customize our care, our services to meet the needs of each individual, and we can make those decisions locally without having to go to a parent organization or a franchise. Another thing that is really important to me is the case management services that we offer. And case management is a situation where we have licensed social worker on staff in addition to RNs that can perform the case management services. And it's really a higher level of service. So instead of a caregiver maybe dropping off a loved one at a doctor appointment, those case managers will actually go into the doctor appointment. They can take notes, they can advocate for our client, and then we can actually report back to the family members. So there's not a lot of home care agencies that offer that case management service, and we've been offering case management services at Freedom Home Care since 2017. So our mission at Freedom Home Care is to help people age in place, generally at home for as long as they're physically or mentally able to do that. So we can provide those services that actually allow people to age in place at home as long as they're physically able. Our mission at Freedom Home Care is to be able to help as many people age at home for as long as possible with dignity. If you'd like to learn more about working with us at Freedom Home Care, please check out our website at freedomhomecarellc.com.